So the goal is always to make one great photograph. So I got up at 5 a.m., got my yoga mat and my ghillie blanket, and I set to it. Laid down on the bank, covered up with camouflage, and hid, and just hoped and crossed my fingers that something epic would happen.
We saw some female wood ducks, but they were at a pretty good distance. And there was the one white egret, also at a pretty good distance. So it camouflage and the yoga mat and laying down, that worked.
I was really, really happy with the way this video of this female wood duck came out, but I just couldn't get a good photo of it.
So I think we'll just take a drive.
I wound up moving through the park pretty fast, real high paced. Caught this possum, found a snowy egret, that was neat, and even this night heron before it was time to get back to business.
Here's a couple of things they don't tell you about floating hides. 1, it's hot. 2, thin waders don't last for hours, they leak. Another thing they don't tell you, it smells really, really bad. You're dredging up the bottom of the water, all of that methane, everything that happens like when a pond turns over and has a fish kill, all of that is bubbling up and getting trapped in the foil, dome of the hide here. It can be rough. As far as the things that people do worry about, snakes, snapping turtles, stuff like that. Any animal that hears me coming is gone. You're not gonna spend a lot of time chasing waterfowl to get the photos. It's gonna be just like anything else. You're gonna be sitting still and waiting. I've got mine disguised to look kind of like a muskrat hut, and I put a little extra camouflage on the outside to be a large muskrat hut, but I think it works. And I'm just gonna sit still right here in the very middle and wait. And it shouldn't be much longer than an hour before we get something. So that's it. Wish us luck. Check that out. What a picture, huh? I've got an egret, a great egret right out in front of me. And I got another one over here to my right. And instead of trying to chase them down, because muskrat huts don't move, I'm just gonna sit here. And what's going to happen is, as the sun continues to go down, the birds are going to start to converge in this area. It's shallow enough for the larger wading birds. It's deep enough for the cormorants and the wood ducks. And it's got a real nice flow, so there's lots of bait fish. It's a good spot. Got a ways to go before sunset. This is why sunrise is easier, but I couldn't get out of bed this morning. Sunrise is easier because you can get in the water at dark 15 minutes before sunrise and you don't have to wait. The animals show up immediately. If you do sunset, you have to get there at least an hour before you're going to get your first really good photograph, because getting in the water and getting into position, that's going to spook everything, and then you have to wait for it to come back.
Oh man, I wish I'd have gotten this better for you guys. It caught me by surprise. I had the camera auto-focusing, and I was panning the camera up and down, trying to get it to acquire the birds. I should have just switched to manual focus and dialed it in, but this was a really neat spat that these 2 egrets got in, and even though half of it's out of focus, I still just wanted to throw it in the video. We're not even 6 minutes long on this video, so totally had to get this in there for you.
Sunset is getting pretty close. I'm surrounded by about 20 egrets. They're all pretty far away. What I'm doing right now is trying to get some shots that, without being black and white, or basically black and white, dark water behind a real bright white bird. We'll see how that goes. Maybe some flight shots. The cormorants weren't here. I heard a kingfisher, but in the time that it would have taken me to travel to where it was, I would have probably spooked it, so that's it. Floating hides are hot. Oh, very, very hot.
This was my second favorite photo from the outing that day. Here's the raw file of the best photo I got, my absolute favorite one. And there's the finished version. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.